Good evening, I'm Val Zavala. Our top story tonight, power. The demand for electricity has reached record levels this summer, along with some people's bills. And as Southern California's population increases, the need for new power sources will become critical. But if you think that means more power lines and huge generating plants, think again. The future of power is here, and it's small. Gay Yee has this report.
Thomas Edison envisioned every home in America lit by electricity generated from small power sources near the site where it was to be used. But that never happened. This is what we ended up with: huge centralized air-polluting power plants with transmission and distribution lines running electricity hundreds, sometimes thousands of miles to where it was needed. At the threshold of the 21st century, Edison's ideas are being revisited. Suppliers of power are now saying bigger isn't always better.
We're carrying out Edison's dream with these small power plants. Look at the computers. We started off with huge mainframes, and they became smaller and smaller and more modular, and you could manufacture them and make them cheaper. And I think that's what's happening in the electric power.
David Freeman heads the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. He definitely sees small power sources in LA's future energy landscape. The DWP has fared better than other cities in the summer energy crisis because they generate their own power. But the city is looking to maintain its independence by going a step further, exploring new energy sources like solar energy with these solar panels over the DWP parking lot, fuel cells, and these micro-turbines at a downtown test facility.
So Aki, employees of Capstone, congratulations. We're really proud of you. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Capstone Turbine Corporation in Chatsworth is one of the handful of companies manufacturing micro-turbines, and the only maker in California. A micro-turbine is actually a mini jet engine the size of a refrigerator that can generate about 30 kilowatts of electricity, enough to power 4 to 5 average-sized homes or a small business.
And we like to have that analogy like a refrigerator, so it's plug it in, turn it on, and then let it be.
President and CEO Aki Almgren believes generating electricity can be as carefree as a household appliance.
We get the gas coming here into the core of the engine. You get mixed with air, and you have the combustion, and then that drives the generator over here, and that's where you get the electricity.
Here's another unique feature. Instead of being held in place by roller or liquid bearings, it's held by an air bearing, which means there's no oil to change and little maintenance.
That is the simplicity, and that's why for the user it means very low maintenance. I mean, no oil, no liquid cooling, one moving part. So basically it's stuff you can plug it in, turn it on, and then let it run. And then you maintain it by changing air filters.
5 micro-turbines outside the building currently run the company's corporate data center inside. And although Capstone still buys electricity from the DWP, there's more flexibility. Companies with their own on-site power can pick and choose when they use the grid. For instance, they can run off its own power during peak hours when the commercial rates are expensive, and then switch back during off-peak hours when the rates are cheaper. Microturbines capitalize on 3 things that are already here: jet engines from the aerospace industry, turbochargers from the automotive industry, and a high priority on clean air. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that Southern California is the birthplace of this technology.
It's like the highway system. You get more cars, but no more highways. And same thing with the electric system. There's congestion in the system. So you need more power, and you need to bring it to where it's needed. And then you need more reliable power because of the digital economy. All that drives towards generate more power on site. And once you decided to generate more power on site, it better be clean, it better be low maintenance, it better be very reliable power. And all these things comes into the picture of using the microturbine.
Even buses can use microturbines, 2 electrical-powered buses used by the LA Department of Transportation. Electrical vehicles can only go so far before the batteries run out. Putting a microturbine on board solves the problem.
And having the microturbine on board as an onboard battery charger, suddenly we have something which is clean, which you can operate the whole day.
And there are other applications. Microturbines can burn a variety of fuels, including methane, a residue gas found at sewage treatment plants and landfills that's usually burned off and wasted. Microturbines can burn that methane and turn it into electricity, a reusable resource. The idea intrigues Mayor Reardon and prompted a moment of levity at the company's recent building dedication.
I have to end this with a special note. In downtown LA, if you need methane gas, there's a site called Belmont School. And I'm offering that to you.
You know, he makes a joke, but technically it's possible,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
absolutely.
I mean, that was so interesting. So, like, any place that emits methane, landfills could take that methane and
It can run
generate
on
power?
various types of gas, and methane is one of them.
I'll be darned. Now,
And that gas is free if it's emanating off-gassing from dumps or Belmont High School.
free whether when we want
Want
it
it
or
or not. That's right.
So, could these really replace the big generating plants?
Well, actually, they don't foresee it doing that it won't overtake all the large power plants. But what they do see it doing is by the year 2010, they see about 10 to 20% coming from this sort of distributed generation, these sort of alternate types of power sources.
10 to 20% of the current electricity in use?
That we see.
That is not insignificant.
No.
Now, what's the downside here? Because, I mean, I would think that, gee, this is great. If I can get my electricity from a turbine in my backyard, why not?
The downside for some people, critics say that it's expensive. It's $25,000 to get one of these generators,
Oh,
one
really?
of these microturbines on your premises.
Oop, can't afford that.
You have to kind of weigh it out. It comes out to, I think I wrote it down, it could be anywhere between, 8 to 10 cents a kilowatt. But currently, when you're getting it from the grid, it could be anywhere between 2 cents to 20 to 30 cents per kilowatt, depending on what peak hours, depending on where you live. If it's in San Diego, you may be seeing a higher rate.
So maybe individuals can't afford this, but maybe a big condominium development or a shopping center or some big institution could.
They mentioned something like a 7-Eleven or a McDonald's.
Wow. Okay, that is really interesting. Could be in our future, especially as our electricity bills go up.